get in Sudip Bandyopadhyay of Inditrade Capital now on the show with us. Sudip, afternoon. Wanted to get your thoughts in on Mphasis. Now, Mphasis has clarified that they don't have exposure to any of these beleaguered banks like SVB, Silvergate, and they've also indicated that their exposure to the US regional banks is in low to mid-single digits. Now, considering the stock has fallen 20% since the onset of the SVB crisis and it's underperformed due to fears of this BFSI exposure, do you think this clarification will allay frayed nerves and this makes a good entry opportunity?
Well, definitely this helps because we all know that Mphasis has the largest exposure to the BFSI segment, and that's 50% plus. And I think this is by far the largest amongst Indian IT companies having exposure on BFSI. Obviously, with what's happening in US, the mid-tier banks, there were significant amount of concern as far as what's going to happen to some of their receivables from these banks, as well as the future business potential. Now, the clarification to an extent assures that they don't have those kind of challenges. They're not affected by the banks which have gone down or are tottering. But having said that, I think there are still significant issues as far as US BFSI, particularly smaller and medium BFSI companies, including banks in US. So it's definitely a wait and watch. The correction was brutal, and some amount of recovery post this correction probably is warranted. But to say that everything is good and we should go back to that valuations where it was, let's say about a month and a half back, I think that will be a little too premature.
All right. Sudip, the one that's really running away right now is NBCC. I don't know whether we can pull up a couple of candles, but that candle that we'll see out there is quite stark. It's a sharp uptick what we're seeing. Any view on the stock? I recall maybe a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken, 2017, everyone was very gung-ho on NBCC, and then bomb. Nothing really played out. But now it seems again the street is giving it a long handle. Your view?
Nigel, I think they had a lot of challenges on execution. They had a lot of regulatory and other issues which they got bogged down with. In the recent past, if you have noticed, they have started getting fresh order wins, announcing fresh order wins. There were some announcements, I think, yesterday as well on some about 150 crore worth of order win. So I think these all augurs well. And of course, this is on top of the fact that there is a significant tailwind behind construction and infrastructure on the back of significant public sector capital expenditure, which has been announced by the government. And also a lot of housing activity has picked up, as was apparent from the research reports which are coming from leading real estate consultants. So I think NBCC, if they can get their act together as far as execution is concerned, things will start improving remarkably. Considering the valuation at which NBCC was tottering was significantly lower compared to its peers, I think one can look at NBCC.
Yep, NBCC has made quite the move, but if you look at longer-term chart, an absolute trading range for the last, I think, 5 years or more. Sudip, hi, good afternoon. I have another stock that's making an equally sharp move today, and that is Macrotech. I mean, real estate as a space has been buzzing, but Macrotech is, I think, up almost 10%. Your thoughts on the sector as a whole, and if you have any specific picks, does Lodha figure in that list?
Well, definitely. Overall, I think we heard in the channel today earlier a report on how real estate is performing, and I think it's probably they're recording record sales in the current quarter. And I think that does augur well. We were all scared of real estate when the COVID first came in. Then we realized that probably there's a great opportunity for residential real estate expansion. And now we are realizing that COVID has subsided. People are going back to office. So even commercial real estate has started picking up. As far as specifically Macrotech is concerned, I think they have a significant hold on the Mumbai market. And they are expanding into Pune, and they are getting good traction in Pune as well. So yes, if somebody is a long-term player, they can look at Macrotech. But there are a couple of other good quality real estate companies which we have been looking at. One is Godrej Properties. I think the company got beaten down because of some failed and joint venture announcements and things like that. But things have started picking up. They have presence in 3 metros, Delhi, NCR, Mumbai, and Pune. And I think over a period of time, there is significant value creation opportunity as far as Godrej Properties is concerned.